Welcome back to Pierce Productions. My name is Trace, and today I'm going to be discussing with you the new Kevin Smith film, Clerks 3. If you're at all interested in movie-related topics, discussions, reviews, or even skits, you're in the right place. Stick around and hit that subscribe button down below. Now, Clerks 3 has been a movie that has been talked about for many years, and to be honest, I didn't think that it was actually going to happen. Especially a couple years ago with Kevin Smith having his heart attack. I just felt like this was just a movie that we weren't going to be getting. But nonetheless, it is here. And I'm just going to go ahead and start off this review right away by telling you this was worth the wait. It was an excellent end to the Clerks trilogy. And oddly enough, it gave me chills at times. And I didn't think that I would go into a Clerks movie and be tearing up. Now, even though I'm starting off this review really positively about the movie, I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. If you don't like Clerks 1, if you don't like Clerks 2, if you're not even a fan of Kevin Smith, because he has a very distinct type of style and comedy, this movie's not going to be for you. This movie is literally for the fans of those movies and that universe and those types of comedy. And because this movie was made for the fans, there's so many little treats and callbacks and Easter eggs throughout this movie that just make it more special than it already was. Now in Clerks 3, we pick up with Dante and Randal still at the store, owning the store together, and we see Randal have a heart attack, which is very similar to what happened to Kevin Smith a couple years ago. And upon, living through the heart attack, he decides that he wants to make a movie, kind of cement his legacy, and just make something of himself and of his name. About a movie within a movie, which whenever a movie does that sort of meta style, I always love. They do shot for shot scenes from Clerks 1, they do a lot of callbacks from Clerks 2, and everyone in this movie, it just felt like a high school reunion. Everyone was having fun, and these people have known each other, have been making film and art together for decades now. Now, along with the comedy that you're going to expect from a movie like this, there's also a lot of drama and heart and emotion in this movie, which I did not expect at all. There's 3 particular scenes, and when you watch the movie, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. The first one starts off in a cemetery, which I didn't think they were going to top after that, because that right there, I had the feels watching a certain character interact with another character in a cemetery, and then from there, it just escalates to probably the best emotional scene between 2 characters when they're recreating a scene near the end of the movie. And then there's one more big emotional punch just to leave you right before you leave the theater. And it was nice to see Kevin Smith flex those types of muscles. And rather than just make a joke about everything, he takes time to take these characters that he's been with for decades and give them heart and a little bit more depth and layer than that we know them for. Now, with all the praise that I'm giving this movie, and well-deserved praise, there was one problem in this movie that I would change, or honestly just even take the whole character out if you couldn't think of anything else to do with them, which there's probably like 6 other things you could have done with this character. Now, in Clerks 2, they introduced a character that instantly I loved, Elias. He loves Jesus, and he's just so quirky and funny. But in Clerks 3, they do something different with the character, which is fine. It just didn't click for me what they did with this character. I don't want to give it away what exactly they do to this character, but I feel like there was just other things you could have done with this character to make them integral within the movie, and just the decision they decided to do just didn't work for me. And it's a shame because that character in Clerks 2 was such a standout. So once again, Clerks 3 is out right now. Lots of cameos, lots of Easter eggs. It's a fun time. It's an emotional time. If you're a fan of these movies already, you're going to enjoy this movie. It's a good trilogy. It's a good end. But if you're not a fan of these movies already, you don't like Kevin Smith movies, you don't like the Clerks movies, maybe skip out on this one because you're probably going to be really disappointed and probably going to be really lost at times if you're not aware of the Easter eggs and callbacks that they're going to be doing. Once again, if you enjoy this video, you enjoy movie-related discussions, topics, skits, Thank you for sticking around. Hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you next time.
Star Wars,